What up, Jake?
What up? I was just laughing in my mind about how you're trying to frame your artwork and now you're in the middle of it. Looks good, dude. I'm a fan. Welcome everybody to episode 51. Yeah. Isn't that wild? We're in the 50s.
That's great. I love it.
You too. Yes. We're gonna start with shout outs, of course, and special shout outs to the fathers.
Mm-mm.
Big shout outs to the men who are being wonderful fathers. I know I was just thinking about this earlier. I was like, I know some really good men, and that feels really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even just the men that like step in as paternal figures.
Yeah, stepfathers or uncles or friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
father
sometimes,
figures.
right, like people who throughout my life have stepped in temporarily
Hmm.
as like a paternal figure, and I learned exactly what I needed and was gifted some
Yeah.
amazing interactions and um, yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our grandpas,
no doubt.
yeah, great father figures.
Yeah.
Coaches that I've had,
Yeah.
from like age 7 and up, like so many great men that have stepped in.
Mhm.
And then, of course, our fathers.
Mhm.
What do you want to say about your dad?
I'm really grateful that my father was an artist.
Mm,
He was a musician, a singer, songwriter, played the piano, guitar, and um, uh, I'm grateful. This is as I stumble over my words. I'm grateful that I look like him because it's such a deep level of I get to learn such a deep level of self-love
mm,
because of that. Um,
yeah.
you know, all of my sisters and I, we look like our father and his side of the family,
Mhm.
and we all deeply love music, like deep love of music.
Yes.
So I'm really grateful that I was gifted those things. Um, for a really long time, I loathed, like really, loathed looking like him or being associated with him. And since his passing in 2013, I have come like full
Mm,
turnaround circle, like full appreciation,
yeah.
truly a great deal of healing. It's like it created a lot of amazing artwork.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that one being one of the pieces.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Just yeah, I'm grateful that it was a struggle. I'm grateful that I've arrived here. I'm grateful that I can like wear aviators, sunglasses
Hmm.
and not be like, "Oh, don't look at me." Um yeah, that it was a long, tough lesson for me to grasp that I'm truly grateful for. Yeah.
Beautiful, dude. I love that. Those are powerful things that you said.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can hear it in the energy too.
Mhm.
Is there anything that feels really special about what you're saying?
Um, I think I've talked about this before. Um, when I received the news of his passing, I immediately said to his soul, "Okay, now the real work begins."
Hmm.
Like I just knew it. And in shamanism, there's this particular meditation where you hold space of visualizing a garden.
Hmm.
and you have the intention of meeting the other soul that you're trying to work with, and you have the intention of meeting them at that garden. And the person could be alive, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just having the intention of working with that soul, with that spirit. Um, and the first time that I even showed up at this garden, that I visualized, like everything was burnt to a crisp. And I
Oh,
saw him, working at the, kneeling down, and he
uh-huh.
was wearing his aviators and he was smiling at me. And I was like, nope, peace out. And
Hey.
I left. I was like, fuck this. I'm done. I don't want anything to do with this activity.
Yeah.
and and I like that's how raw I felt
Mm.
about this relationship. That's how burnt I felt from this relationship. And I held the intention of, great, we're going to show up again. I'm going to work up the courage. I'm going to show up again. And I didn't even begin to work in the garden for like months. Like it was just like, okay, I'm just going to try and show up. Okay, I'm going to just try and show up. And every time I would just like turn it around, turn it around. And over time, like I would see like little bits of like water droplets,
Hmm.
and I began to see like it started to sprout.
Yeah.
And then, over time, the garden began to repair itself.
Wow.
And now when I visit the garden, like it's pretty lush. We are able to work next to each other,
Mhm.
um, and sort of kind of like have a little bit of playful banter, but there's still some work to do. Like there's still some rawness there of like, okay, shut up and go back to, plowing. Okay, I'm gonna cut this over here. You go over there, I'll go over here. Right?
The
Like
banter. Yeah. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's still some like, all right, I need my space, go away. But the fact that we've come this far, um, I, I'm very grateful that I continue to show up and do the work. So
That's
yeah.
cool, dude. Yeah, way to grow in that garden and nurture, be nurtured and nurture that
Yeah.
internal relationship with him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's your relationship with you too, and you're masculine and all that
Right.
is so important.
Right. And the relationship of me and my identity of being an artist. It's the relationship of
Yeah.
me and having my voice heard. It's
Mhm.
it's like a lot of people don't know that I sing, and then when they hear me they're like, "What?
Mhm.
What?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can do the thing." Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Huge. Um, that's really cool. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
What about you?
Um, yeah, my relationship with my dad, there's also um a complexity like you spoke to. Like when I think about, and it's changed, like my how I see it has changed over the years because of, the work that you do changes how you relate to yourself and your father, like you were speaking to. And I have a lot of like fond memories of being in the pool and my dad, like riding on the back of my dad in the pool. And if it's so interesting to think about because, he's blind. So in the pool, there was these physical perimeters that he knew was there. So he actually felt so much freer to play in the pool. And so he would play games with us. He would like be the shark and we'd be the minnows and he would chase after us or swim after us. And super playful person. And at night, like before bed, there's many years where he would tell us these like old fables, these old Jewish fables. And he was so like theatrical with it. And when I looked up his big three, which he's a Gemini sun, Cancer moon, and Leo rising, I was like, oh, there's the Leo. In the depth of his feelings in Cancer moon, in the like playfulness of Gemini, you know? It does like, oh, this all tracks so much. He also has his Venus in Leo too, so we share that,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. But yeah, those are some of the biggest like fondest memories with him. And so it's interesting to like couple that with the complexity of, and I was telling you this before we recorded, like his wounds that he experienced as a kid, because he was a premature baby and in an incubator for, I think he was in there for 2 months without really like anybody touching him. And so like growing up, me being me, and you know me, like I'm like touchy feely, like let's hug, like that's my jam. Um, he had this, and still I think has this difficult relationship with touch because of that.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of a, no, not kind of, it was a sticking point inside of our relationship because that's how I felt most loved
Mhm.
was when somebody was like hugging me or cuddling me or whatever, right? And so there's been this evolution of, you know, as we all do growing up and we haven't yet like healed from the wounds that we experience, we'll usually have this negative narrative about our parents or a parent. And I definitely had that protectively. And it was this thing that inside of it, it had valid feelings. Like I have valid feelings from the past. And what we can tend to do is reinforce the protectiveness of that and cut ourselves off even more so from connecting with that person and creating a sort of like image of them, right? And obviously each situation is different. Like I my dad has never been abusive. So if it was a parent that was abusive, this would be a different story, right? But what I'm getting to is like I still created this negative narrative about my dad. And that's where the work was for me to unravel that and really, in many ways, become my own father, become my own mother.
Yeah.
And, presently, um, I'm in a really good place with my dad. We're not super close, but I have so much love for him. And when we do connect, I make sure that I fucking give him the biggest fucking hug, even if he's uncomfortable with it.
That's beautiful.
Because he needs it. Like, I see it in him. He so needs it. And obviously, I'd respect if he was like, I don't want to hug, but he does want to hug. Like, I feel it from him. And so, yeah, it's been this evolution of, you know, unraveling things within me. And yeah, like, oh, there's so much there. Like loving, hmm, unblocking my heart from love
Mhm.
because that was a relationship that's been a relationship that in the past I created this block from love. And that's not to say that the wounds and the feelings aren't valid. Like it's holding both, you know? It's like, do you really want to continue to hold a grudge against that parent? Because that's really hurting you too.
Neat. Yes.
So, how do you get to a place of like genuinely forgiving them and also forgiving yourself for blocking yourself too?
Right.
So, yeah, all that being said, I love my dad.
That's beautiful.
hmm Also, I want to give a shout out to Jason, my brother-in-law. Watching him as a father has been such a gift. Like he is so present with his kids, so loving and playful, and like a solid, just a solid person for them. Like I get to see them internalize that and like that meaning like a secure relationship with him and Tam. So shout out to Jason for being such a great father.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. Uh, let's see. Also, astrologically, right? We are now in Cancer season. So that is the mother.
Yep.
And the 29th, there's going to be a full moon in Capricorn, which is the father. So that's also interesting to notice. Capricorn uh, is a cardinal earth sign, the MacGyver of the zodiacs, can do a lot of different things and very effective and efficient in it. You have a lot of Capricorn energy in your chart. You have some 10th house placements and Capricorn. And
Yep.
dude, I see it in you. Like you could just like hop right in to being that steady father energy.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I
Plus
know.
the Leo sun in the 10th house, so you got the Capricorn and Leo in your
Yep.
essence.
Mhm.
Yeah. How is that for you to like connect with your Capricorn energy?
I mean, I don't know. It seems so like easy for me. Like I didn't understand how much it was Capricorn until like you told me.
Mm,
Like just with how like diligent I can be and how I can just like show up and like grind through it. Like it
yeah.
you didn't
Yeah.
really know that that was oh, okay, that's well there you go. There we can explain that. Okay, great.
Yeah. Yes. That's a great description of Capricorn. Very like sturdy, focused, discipline. Yeah. Um,
Which is so interesting because like when I allow myself to like have I envision it like almost like a broken up ladder. So I envision like the sides here and then like space and like the little steps, but then I envision it staggered. And then I'm like, okay,
mm,
when I set up the routine or the schedule, then I'm able to dance in between.
nice.
And so that for me is like the balance of the masculine feminine energy within me. And I do so well with like okay, this is your schedule for the week.
Hmm.
This is where you have to be here, you have to be here, you have to be here. You have this phone call, you have to do this. Like if there's like chaotic energy that comes in and disrupts that schedule for me, like it can really waver me.
Mm,
And it's not that I can't like regroup and like navigate it. It's just that like I don't feel as safe or as comfortable. I can certainly navigate chaos. That's not a problem, but I prefer to have like, okay, great. Our call begins at this time. So like this is also why I'm always early. Everything. Because I need
yeah.
a specific amount of time to like unwind from the drive, or
Mm,
I need a specific amount of time to like regroup and regather and reposition whatever into the next thing. And so my routine is like,
great father. Father
yeah, I know.
energy. That's
Yeah,
so funny, dude, because I'm like the opposite.
I
Like
know.
I like schedules, but I do appreciate schedules. But if it's so scheduled, I don't like it. I feel constricted and I want it's so funny because my feminine comes out when it's scheduling. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
I know. This is how you and I are like so opposite. It's so funny because
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like I know that I'm always early and I know that you have a tendency to like be a little bit late and it's fine. I think it's great.
I do have that tendency.
It just like have like allowing myself to know, okay, Liz is probably going to be like 5 to 10 minutes late. So I probably shouldn't arrive a half hour early because then I'm going to be annoyed. because
Yes.
I'm too early. So traveling to, if we're gonna meet up for something like
Yeah.
now I have to like reverse math it of like how
Yeah.
early I'm going to
Uh-huh.
get there, right? Yeah. And if she's really running late, then what about that? Like, what about traffic? Let's
True.
recalculate.
It's true.
Right.
I appreciate you creating a window and like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
I I truly do. I arrive early, and I arrive obnoxiously early to things all the time, all the time.
Yeah.
And I really specifically try to not do that at like parties or anything because when you arrive too early, that can be really annoying, and I get that too. So,
Sure.
but yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just it is. It's like a nervous system thing of like, okay, I just need to like
Totally.
settle. I need to shift my mindset. I need to like get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. That's so true. Yeah, it's really interesting to think about. And how this is a great segue into our topic on the levels of like our frameworks for life and how it connects to our nervous system.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, this is a really good one because it is interesting because like there's certain settings that I am really on time or early, but then my preference is flexibility in a window of time rather than like a specific time.
And it's funny because I can only allow the flexibility once I establish the brackets of
Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay. That is interesting. And how it totally connects to the nervous system because for me, if I'm I don't know, maybe I think I have some like time blindness to some degree. For me, like I I don't want pressure. Because I'm already sensitive inside of my own body to like me putting pressure on myself. And obviously that's my responsibility to work on. But I think I just really like the whole idea of like island time is nice, but also it's not at times too. Like there is like something about like I don't want it just consistently island time. Like I have stuff to do, places to go. Like I don't want it to just be laid back all the time.
right. And for me, I'm like, I don't know, potentially an overachiever. Like I got shit to do.
Potentially.
Okay, thanks.
That's hilarious. Dude, you are an overachiever.
I
Not
know.
potentially.
Hey, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know. It's funny that you said that because the other day I was thinking, I was like, fuck, bro. I'm like, I'm the first in my family to get a bachelor's degree.
Mm.
And then on top of that, how many certifications did I get in between undergrad and grad school? And then when I was in grad school, I was like, well, I gotta just like make the most of my time. So why not get two master's degrees? And then it was like, how many certifications did I get while I was in grad school on top of the two masters?
Jeez. Yeah,
Up and
potentially
down.
bullshit.
I got Liz, I have shit to do in this lifetime. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm about to turn 40
Yes.
next month. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I got stuff to do. I signed up
dude.
to do, have you
Hey,
seen the soul contract? I got stuff to
dude,
do.
I can't see this whole contract like you can, okay?
Turning red.
I get it though, dude. And listen, I love that you are you and you
I would love to unwind me a little bit though. This is why I think the brain injury happened. So I could learn to unwind myself.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
thoroughly yeah. Yeah. I and I'm yes. Okay. Shutting up now.
So yeah, this is just an interesting thing to, talk about with the nervous system and, audience, like I'm curious for y'all, like what is that like for you guys? Like the scheduling thing that we're speaking to, what you need, what you tend to gravitate towards. Like it's good to know these things about you because you're working with your own energy and to force yourself in a way that doesn't feel good, right? Like it's gonna burn you out. And yes, we have to, well, we don't have to, but I choose to grow in that and stretch. But I also choose to honor my energy too, right, dude?
So as I'm listening to you, I'm like, how fucked up is everybody's system because we're all stuck in the grind of 9 to 5.
Exactly.
But it's not really
Yes.
9 to 5 because it's really more like 8 to 6, and then add in your commuting time, and then add in kids and family and like other potential obligations and like gym time if you're active or like any sort of social thing. It's yeah, no shit. No wonder everybody's fucking burning out and they're like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude, that's a really good point. Also, specifically, I mean, yes, for men, but specifically, let's touch on women and our cycles. Like, ooh,
We
why
don't
are
do
we
well.
not?
We do right. We don't do well in a 9 to 5
No.
environment. We don't. And the fact that I have tried to explain this to multiple different male bosses, and the words just like bounce off. Like I can see
Mm,
the energy and the words just bounce off. They're like, "What do you mean? Like you're speaking Japanese?"
right.
Like, okay, men operate on the amazing schedule of 24-hour cycle. They get up, they're they do the thing, and then they come back down, go to bed. Get up, do the thing, come back down. Like
Right.
their energy is steady.
Hmm.
We, glorious females, are way more like waves coming in and out and in and out.
Yeah.
And bro, talk to any woman, we do a shit ton way more than men. And but the
Yes.
thing is that when the energy is coming, back out,
Hmm.
like we really need to honor rest. We really need
Yes.
we really need to recharge. But when we're full throttle, bro, we're like we dance circles around people. Like seriously. Like,
True.
yeah.
True.
I'm
Yeah.
like
Yes. Yes. That's so true.
I get to cultivate a schedule where I'm legit like cycle syncing.
Yeah.
I get to do that. I'm very excited at that possibility.
Yes.
Very excited.
That is so supportive of your system. And, but I also want to include just any female identifying trans women, like, like they're included too in this. Like we all really need we need some more grace and like rest and understanding about our cycles. Like it's just so important. And in the end, we all have to advocate for ourselves in this because our society is not gonna change that, at least not anytime soon, right?
Right.
So yeah, um, so needed.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because even in our workouts, right? Like I lift and it's like it's so different lifting when you start your period to when you're like ovulating. Like there's such like I
Oh
have
yeah.
to like be really considerate of my body in those phases.
Yeah. There were some like serious embarrassing moments of I can't I can't I can't even function right now. What do you want me to do?
Yes. Yes.
What? Okay, my body is just refusing to move in that way. Can we modify this
Yes.
exponentially?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, dude. So important. Yeah. And, I want to give a shout out to Tam from our last episode for inspiring this talk because, inside of what her and I spoke to, that we didn't explicitly say in some ways was like we all cultivate different frameworks for our life and what we believe. And I was just thinking, like, how is that affected by our nervous system? What does that mean in terms of how we flow through our day, even? So, this is just like a really cool conversation. And so, I want to give a shout out to Tam for inspiring it. And
Yeah.
she has a Instagram page, Spilling the Tea. There's more to it than that. I'm just forgetting the second part. Spilling the tea, something.
About
Sorry,
it.
Tam. Um, I'll post it. But she talks about fertility and health, and she brings in some really important information about that related to female cycles
Yeah.
and taking care of your nervous system. So
Yeah.
go check that out. It's really good. She just did one on the thyroid gland. Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool.
So where do you want to go with this, dude? What's
I
next?
don't know. I feel very energized in this moment.
Yeah, me too. This is great. I love it. Um, Going towards, let's see, so let's talk about this like spectrum between like fluidity and rigidity.
Okay.
We kind of just touched on it when it came to like routines and scheduling.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, Now let's talk about like belief systems.
Okay.
So in the previous episode, I discussed like, and you did too, there's this more fluid nature to how we operate in terms of what we believe. Like for me, I feel that if somebody is living their life in an authentic way, um, I'm not going to judge them. I am going to judge them if they're hurting people. If
Oh
there's
yeah.
harm being done, like that's a big no. Like that feels pretty black and white to me in terms of like
Is
abuse.
that judgment though?
I mean, kind of. Like it's to some degree it's like I mean, maybe it's more critical thinking. Maybe that's more an accurate term,
Okay.
connected to what I value.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's a big one. I feel like that's black or white. Like there's no, I mean, yes, okay. The gray area is when, because we're human, we unintentionally hurt each other because of our own hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's different than what I'm explicitly saying about like somebody abusing somebody physically, emotionally, sexually. Like, no, no, just no, right? Um, so can you think of any beliefs that you have that are really clear cut, or does it feel like it's more in the gray area? I'm curious your thoughts on that.
I mean, that's a really good question. I mean, just with our last talk, listening to how I spoke about my faith and spiritual practices, like that could be considered contradictory. That could be considered
Mm,
slightly fluid. I'm very clear cut in God loves us all, period.
yeah.
Like that's just we're so loved beyond our capacity of understanding that
Yeah.
that's period.
Period. Done.
Um in regards to right how do I want to say this? I myself struggle to call myself a Christian even though I actively called Jesus into my heart
Mhm.
multiple times throughout the day.
Mm.
Right? Like
Yeah.
that's a blurred line of like, wait, what? Why? Um, that could be the own like my relationship to the word Christianity. That could be my
Mm.
relationship to the dogma of whatever People who
Yeah.
aim themselves to be that, wearing that t-shirt, spreading that logo. It's not like, yeah, I struggle with that. But yet, anytime I'm in a church, it doesn't matter what church it is sacred space to me. And
Yeah.
it is me meeting God, period.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, and that's a vibration that I embody. That's like a thing that just
Hmm.
happens within me.
Yeah.
I recognize those clear cut black and white things within myself. And then I also recognize like where I also claim, oh, I'm a spiritual collage. Like,
Mm. A spiritual, I like that. Spiritual collage. That's good. Yeah.
great. Yeah, it's honoring different religions. I honor different religions. It's people who are flawed. It's
Mhm.
people who bring the practice or sport the specific logo of whatever box that they check that can skew it for me.
Yeah.
I will always hold space for other people and their views, even if they're opposing to mine, and can like nod my head and say respectfully, I disagree, but I understand how and why you arrived where you arrived.
Yeah.
And I also see and know and recognize where I myself am a walking contradiction
Mm,
sometimes, right? Like I understand that, but that's also part of being human.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good point. Because if, I mean, there's this theme that you're presenting, which is like, how much do you want to subscribe to a certain identity where that identity might not fully encompass all that you feel
Yes.
and believe and, subscribe to.
Right.
Yeah, that is an interesting dance because it's like, oh, like I really like this piece about this identity and this piece about this identity and that's also okay. Like it's a like you said, it could appear contradicting, and maybe it is contradicting, and yet that does reflect how there's these contradicting aspects inside of ourselves, and that can you can hold both, right? Like our brain wants to be like, oh, a contradiction, that's not okay. Oh, a contradiction, you're flopping. You don't know what you believe in, right? Like there's all these narratives around contradictions that are funny because it's like it speaks to like, oh, I can grow more in the capacity to hold multiple things at once. And that actually that's an expansion of my being in some really great ways, right? So yeah, I'm noticing that piece and there's something else about that. What was it? It'll come back. Um, hmm. Yeah, and this is interesting too. If we tie this back to our nervous system, right? When we have a more open, gray, like experience of life, and we welcome that, that can bring such deep security and freedom. And it can also bring challenges of sitting with your own ambiguity. And that can bring up fear of like, well, what is my anchor in life that I can turn to that will help support me feeling grounded in this 3D experience, you know? And man, that can, I know for me, like in my own evolution of what I believe and have believed, um, with each like ego death or seeing something new in myself or big realization that hits my heart, like there's this moment of disorientation because your system is then reorganizing to maybe a new paradigm.
Bro, that's what I went through earlier this week. Remember, I was like, I'm so confused. Why do I feel this way? This doesn't make any sense.
Did I just describe what you went through?
Literally.
Yeah. Great. That's awesome. Do you want to touch on that more?
No.
Oh, okay. You do not have to. I love the no that's like a solid no. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Okay, all right, how do I talk about this without like giving everything away? So something happened this week and I was so surprised by the level of sadness that came
Mm,
up. Like truly trying to like wrap my head around like, oh, this is happening because of XYZ, or like like I will constantly look at like through the lens and perspective of spiritual development of what is spirit showing me, what is God telling me, what lesson am I trying to learn right now. I don't know. More than anything, I was just surprised at the level of sadness that I was experiencing regarding a particular scenario.
hmm
And I, one, just needed to acknowledge that I was feeling it and allow it to come up, and give myself the space to process. Because I don't think that I really adequately did that 6 to 8 months ago,
mm,
potentially more. And now that I have allowed myself to process it, it's like I'm also experiencing a different level of freedom. That it doesn't have to be this black and white. It can be this gray area,
yeah.
especially when it comes to like matters of the heart. Like you can have love for somebody and it not like
Yes.
and
Did
and
not.
and recognize like, oh, okay, this is not, and that's okay.
Yeah.
um or even like in job relationship, right? Like that is also coming to the surface too. And so you can have love for everybody and recognize like this is not the place for me.
Yeah.
This is just
Definitely.
not. And so then that level of freedom that has come up too. It's like, oh, I don't, okay, you
Mm,
get to decide. You get to decide. How is
yeah.
it that you're going to show up? And then also this relationship with art. I went to an art opening last night and
Cool. Yeah.
feel so relieved from it because so much of my relationship to visual art has been like a broken heart. Like
Mm,
I was like in it,
hmm
so devoted to it. Like that was the hill that I was gonna die on. I'm like, no, I'm meant to do this, this, and this is what I'm supposed to be, and this is how I'm supposed to show up in the world. And when that stopped, like the amount of grief that came to the surface, like that was hard to process. I was also processing like the ego death, like the old version of me too. And this week, as like lack of sleep, the amount of sadness for multiple different types of relationships coming to the surface, right? Like, and then
mm,
also arriving to a space of like being around a bunch of different artists and in the art environment like that I used to thrive in,
yeah.
like, and then for a really long time felt like an outsider or an outcast because I wasn't making work and my relationship to art had changed, and even how I experienced artwork had drastically changed because of synesthesia, brain injury, you name it, like vision, whatever. And suddenly just like sitting outside last night and like going like, it's okay. I
Mm,
have all this love for all these different people
mhm.
and all these different scenarios in my life,
Yeah.
and the way in which I'm going to express it is going to change, and that's okay. I am not what I do. I
Mhm.
am how I show up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. You're speaking to um how you are with you inside of these things that have come to the surface
Yeah.
creates the doing. Like it's what you select in yourself to focus on and be with and love versus like resist and push away and then that's extended into your environment. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Like I have always had love. I'm just going to get a little bit deeper. I've
Hmm.
always had love for a particular person.
Hmm.
It wasn't in this specific scenario that they wanted.
Yeah.
And I was resisting any sort of love for this person because it wasn't within that specific context. But once I released those barriers that I was putting on myself too, like I can have love for this person and it not be the thing that they want.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
why should I hold back my
Yeah.
love for this person even though, do you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
that it can, that's where the fluidity happens.
Yes.
That's where it needs to happen. And
So
and
true.
so I stopped suppressing even my love for this person of
Mhm.
like that's it's not supposed you're not supposed to suppress that.
No, because
Even
it's
though it's not within the
constricting.
same right, yeah. Even though it's not within the same context,
Yeah.
you can still have love for this person and not be within that context. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's such an important distinction because we usually learn to compartmentalize our love. And then what happens, and just speaking from experience, there's this protectiveness that comes up when it's not meeting that criteria. And then I end up holding back my own love for that person and really me too. Like in the end, it's holding back your own love inside of yourself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. How much I have robbed myself because I was simply
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And that's another thing too, like belief systems, pulling those apart from what we grow up in that may not fully align is massive because I know for me, like specifically, there was a whole lot of fear connected to love. It was like love and fear were combined growing up.
Mhm.
And which meant for me that I needed to have some sort of like rigid framework for love, which then left my body constantly feeling restricted, constantly feeling like my light was dim,
Yeah.
and unraveling that and getting to the point where I'm at where dude, I resonate with what you're saying. It's like you can love without expectation, without outcome needing to be known, without a specific outcome that you really want. Like all these things that like will tend to create fear in us,
Yeah.
we can like expand into more love and then figure out what is actually congruent for you within this scenario, this very nuanced, specific scenario that works for you
Right.
versus like running away from it or completely abandoning yourself in it.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
And
huge.
if it's meant to blossom into something else, like I'm not gonna like halt that either. But I'm going
Right.
to acknowledge like, okay, if that's meant to happen, that's fine. But like right here, right now, like I'm okay with that not being that thing.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's where the gray area is. Like we here in America have like created such black and white
Mhm.
scenarios regarding love for friendship, love for
Totally.
like between people, and it's like that's not how love is. It's way more of those. How do you even articulate it? It's like
Yeah, it's like what is the level of intimacy that you want to create inside of any relationship, not just romantic,
right.
right? Like where is that for each person? And how do you hold yourself back from it out of fear of whatever is living inside of you, right? Like, how are you shrinking instead of expanding into more of yourself inside of relationships?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, dude, I mean, when I think about my friendships and romantic partnerships, like, there's a depth of intimacy that I will always bring
Hmm.
and desire, no matter what the type of relationship it is,
Yeah.
because that's who I want to be inside of my relationships.
Right.
Like I was telling, I was telling Christina, my spiritual mentor, the other day, we were talking about this, like intimacy inside of relationships. And I was just like, I feel like I flirt with my friends all the time. In the sense of flirting is building intimacy. It's not leading to, because when we think about flirting, it's like within the context of romantic, and it's going to lead to something physical. But that's not always true. Like there's a nuance to flirting too. Like flirting looks like bantering too. It's more of like my flavor of flirting is like seeing you and loving you for who you are and maybe poking at you. Like there's a certain like flirtiness of that because it's playful and it's an experience of intimacy too.
Yeah, I wouldn't label it flirtatious because I associate flirtation with romantic context.
Well, exactly. And I don't always.
Right. So I would just like assume or just label the energy of, oh, Liz is just being playful.
Yeah, you can call it playful for
Right.
sure. Yeah, you can call it flirty.
You can't, okay.
Oh, we're breaking some
That
paradigms for
set my
you.
brain into like, what's right? Like I get to unravel my association to this word now.
Great. How does that feel for you?
A little like I'm like skipping out like my matrix is
You're like, wait, what?
like how is it that like that one time that I was talking to you about soul contracts and you're like, yeah, yeah. No, I have no
No,
idea what
no. What? I don't understand. Yeah. And
what?
a part of that may also be because I would say that, and this isn't like a generalization because I don't think it completely only applies to what I'm going to say, but I would say that it is very queer of me to say that I flirt with my friends. Like there's a queerness to it because there's a fluidity
Right.
inside of it that exists. And that's not to say that, someone who is straight can't go there either. Like that could totally happen. But I do think that because of the queerness, it adds that dimension to it for me.
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't mean that I'm pursuing my friends romantically.
No, no, no. No.
It
I know.
just,
Yeah. I know.
yeah, right? Like it means that like, I have an adoration and affinity to you and my other friends. Like I love y'all. And I want to like acknowledge like the beauty of what you bring as a person,
Yeah.
you know?
And we've already established that I'm incurably straight. So
Yes. We have many times established that.
I think it's funny.
It's great. It's so great. You like what you like, and I respect that. Um, I love that I glitched you out. That's so great.
Like, what?
Huh? Huh? In real time.
I know.
Um, yeah. What else, dude? Is there anything else that we could speak to with this? Hmm. Anything else that you want to say in relation to your nervous system and belief systems?
sometimes we as humans can get caught up in the familiar, right? And so
Mm.
we will naturally gravitate towards the boxes that we check because
Yes.
that helps us to regulate versus what is it that we're being called to? What is it that is being
Yeah.
asked of us? Um, and sometimes it's to get out of your comfort zone. Sometimes it's to
Right.
not associate yourself with whatever box that you're checking. So being open to where am I today? What is being asked of me today?
Hmm.
And how can I navigate it?
Yeah. That's a really good track to follow. It's like, because that's its own gray area inside of yourself, right? Like, in
Right.
order to stretch and grow and find your congruency versus incongruency,
Yeah.
there is a, gray messiness, trial and error
Yeah.
practice of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even with something, so I'm not going to go too far into detail until later. That I have been called into doing something specific. And it's funny because I was going to tell you this. Um, Within the first couple of episodes of us recording, I kept saying, like, I'm being called to be licensed in something. Like,
Oh,
do you remember? And so I investigated like the things at work and I was
I
like,
did say that. I forgot
great,
about that.
great. I'm like, that's not it. That's not it. So let me go investigate that. That's not quite it. Let me go investigate that. That's not quite it. Right. And so there's something here that's pulling me. And so I just like surrendered and just like stayed open. And like a month ago, somebody planted a seed and it hasn't fucking left my brain. And I'm like, this makes no sense. This was not on my radar. This makes no sense. Why am I like suddenly like obsessed with this thing? And I'm like being called into this thing. I don't know. It might be a breadcrumb. I'm not really sure. I don't know if I'm supposed to really be licensed, but whatever the fuck. And I've just been like following the breadcrumbs and following the intuition of just stay open, just stay receptive.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the questions. What does that mean? Where would that lead? What does that entail? Okay, just gathering the information. And still, I feel the pull. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do the thing. Am I doing the thing? We don't really know if I'm doing the fucking thing. Great. Okay. Like to let go of what we think
Mm.
and just follow the call that is being it's and it usually starts with like this little whisper
Yeah.
and you're like oh no, at
Yeah.
least that's me. No, I'm not doing that. Fuck that, I'm not
You're like,
doing it.
I don't
No,
wanna do it.
I
I
don't
don't
wanna.
wanna.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, and I'll be more specific later, but right now I'm following the call and I'm doing the thing. And I'm also like holding myself accountable of like where did I shove that off that that's not real for me? Where did I dismiss that?
Yeah.
So I'm
Mm.
yeah, eating the humble pie over here.
Life will do that, huh? Like if you listen and you follow. And it's like it's following you, right? Like in the end, it's you want to call it your higher self, you want to call it your future self, like whatever feels right, right? It is you you're following.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and really like when we die, like none of this matters.
Hmm.
What's in my bank account? What's
Right.
on my walls? What kind of bed I sleep in? What kind of car I drive? Like not like everything truly does fall and fade away.
Hmm.
But what truly lasts is like the energy that we put out, like the interactions that we have, the connections that we make, how we make people feel, like all of that
Yeah.
matters.
Totally. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Our relationships are the most important.
Right.
Relationship to ourselves, relationship to others. Yeah.
Yeah. And so how I show up and what I'm meant to be doing, I'm like, okay, lead me.
Right.
I surrender. But that truly means like, are you really gonna go after it, even if it means people are gonna be like psh, 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 behind your back? Like,
Mm.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do that.
Yes, that is a courageous step for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like eh, nobody else is choosing this other than me. Like I'm choosing this. I'm choosing to move forward. And I had a moment like that last week of like it felt like I was reclaiming my authority in a deeper way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
dude, that feels it feels so good and it also feels so scary, both all at once, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. As I'm stepping forward in this thing, I'm like, this is like a deep trust of knowing that it's going to open a gateway
Yeah.
into a way of facilitating that is like something that I didn't consider before. And I'm like, okay, here we go.
Mhm.
We're going to do the thing, all because God is calling me to do the thing. And I keep asking for a map, bro. It would be great. Love you.
Where's my manual? Where did it go?
He's like, we gave it to you. You're just not.
Yeah, you already have it, but also the great unknown is calling you.
Yeah.
Yep. Hmm. Being human is wild. It's a wild ride.
It's great. What are you talking about?
As you roll your eyes.
Bro, this is tough. Why the fuck did I sign up for this shit?
Dude, listen, if I knew the answer to that,
Like I signed up for some serious, serious, interesting things.
you sure did.
Why did I agree to this contract? All
I
right,
know.
bro, here we go.
Can you look at your own soul contract? Do you see it?
Sometimes. Yeah,
Sometimes.
sometimes
Okay.
I can see it. But it doesn't like it doesn't look like a book of
Okay.
written text.
Yeah.
That's not what it looks like to me. Um when I meet other people where I'm like, oh yeah, we totally have a soul contract, like to me, that's where I see paper. I'm like,
Mm,
oh yeah, that's a
okay.
thick book. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's an old scroll. That's how you know that like that you and I go back a long time. Um, with one particular person, I keep seeing a very high stack of
Mm,
papers, so high that it's like some of the papers are disheveled, but it's so high that you need a very tall ladder. And that's
yeah.
like, oh, we've had many lifetimes together.
Yeah.
One person, one person, it has been a sculpture.
Whoa.
So
That's cool.
it took it it took a really long time to even be able to see this soul contract. And maybe 2 years after I met this person, then I started to get a glimpse of like, oh, this sculpture's ginormous, like huge.
Oh. What do you make of that? Like, what's
I
the...
don't know. I still don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm just observing, and when the messages come in, great. I'll do my best to decipher. Um, you know, when I focus in on it and when I approach the wall of the sculpture, like it's so big it looks like Arches
Hmm.
National Park,
Hmm.
but it's bigger than that
Wow.
and it's interwoven. And I'm like, I don't know.
You're like,
So
I don't know.
when I approach the wall of part of this sculpture, like I can push in on it and like a drawer comes out.
Huh.
And then these almost like this size
Yeah.
of glass spheres
Huh.
comes out. And I'm like, what is that? And inside, when I look inside, it's these iridescent same thing. And I'm like, I don't understand.
Is it like an infinity sign or
No,
not?
it's more like a DNA strand.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And so when I maybe maybe when I talk about this, like somebody listening in will be like, "Oh yeah, I've seen the same thing. That's great."
Hey, bring it. Yeah, yeah.
Great. I'm so open to like if anybody can help me understand what I'm seeing, that's great. But it's only that one person that I can see this sculpture with. And why did it take 2 years for me to be able to see it? Because for everybody else, it's always been like, oh yeah, that's a ream of paper. Oh yeah, that's a three novel, like thick
Hmm.
and encyclopedia book.
Yeah,
Like everything else has been like related to paper. But
yeah.
yeah, so when I ask to see my own soul contract, it's usually in a language that I am doing my best to decipher. And when I see text, I have this is gonna sound really. I just remembered we're recording. Okay, I feel really
Great.
under. Okay,
Great. Love this. Let's go woo woo.
I in order to decipher the text, I have to go. This is gonna sound so weird. I have to go down through my sacral chakra and like energetically pull it in and then pull it up to my crown and then I'm able to get the visual
Are we
and
going back
to
to
decipher.
big yoni energy?
That is big yoni energy. Yes. I sound like a crazy person. Thank you. Um,
I love it. This is so good.
I don't know how or why I've been able to do this my whole life, but I just have. And the more that I allow myself to follow the breadcrumbs, the more that these gifts expand.
Yeah.
Um, it used to be like I would like walk into a cafe and I would be like, "Oh yeah, I remember you from the 1300s. Oh yeah, I remember you and I were brother and sister way back when." Like it used to be like that, but now I'm no longer overwhelmed by those stories or those narratives. I can really hone in and just decipher when I need to.
Yeah.
And so that's thank God because that was a really overwhelming time as the gifts were
I
really
bet.
um,
Disorienting.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I yeah, with just that one person, I was so perplexed as to why I couldn't see the contract.
Hmm.
And also like respecting, like maybe I'm not supposed to see it,
Yeah.
right? Like maybe I'm just supposed to be in this world
Hmm.
and navigate whatever feelings or emotions come up instead of, oh, well, that's why, because it says da 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 right there. And we had this interaction 5 lifetimes ago. So now I get to play out the lesson, right? Like
Yeah.
sometimes you just need to be present.
Here. Yeah. That's a good distinction. Like the balance between having that knowledge and resource to turn to cosmically, but also not so much that like there's an imbalance happening with the 3D.
Right. Right. Yeah, there's something that I wanted to say, but I guess I'm not supposed to.
Oh,
Um, I guess I'll say it in this way is that like some people really get distracted with tell me about my past lives, tell me about what I did five
yeah,
lifetimes ago. Why is this? And it's like sometimes the story comes up because you need to be reflective, but most of the time it's almost always like the lesson is here right now.
right.
The lesson is happening right now.
Yeah.
Um, some people can shove off like, oh no, I'll just do that next lifetime. It's like why would you want to? Why would you want to come back and allow that lesson to times 3 or 10 or worse 50? Like just
Yeah.
because you were too fucking dense in this lifetime. Like, no, like, bro, lean in and do the hard shit. Learn the fucking lesson this time around.
Oh, there's her Jersey coming out. Jersey plus Leo equals feisty.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, but I have been. guilty of leaning into the difficult a little bit too much, like to the point where it's like, no, I should have left 5 months ago. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah. So
Oh, yeah, I do know what you mean.
yeah, I know.
As Taurus moons, we tend to stay a little too long.
A little too long. A
Yeah,
little too long.
a little too long. Um, but that's okay. We figure it out along the way eventually. Um, I love this. I'm so glad we ended with an insight into your spiritual workings.
Where I literally forgot we were recording.
I know, I could feel that too. I was like, ah, she's going off. Let's do this. I honestly like want more of
Great.
that, and I think people will appreciate it. Some might not, and
That's okay.
that's totally okay.
Some people get really freaked out at what I can see, and you can see that they're freaked out. And then other people just avoid me and ignore me and think that I've got a wild imagination. And then other people are like, sometimes people will lean in on my gifts a little
Mm,
too much.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you see? And I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to have a cup of coffee with you. I don't want to turn that on, but all right.
Yeah. That's
I
fair.
mean, if spirit is going to come through with a message, I'm going to deliver, um,
Right. Right.
whether I want to or not. I can be like, no, the brake light is on. I am not on duty.
Yeah.
No, if spirit has a message, they will actively just great.
Right.
That's so fun. That's great. Not really.
Not really. Yeah, you're called to do that for sure.
Yeah.
Um, any last thoughts? Anything that you want to say to close this awesome episode out?
If anybody else who is clairvoyant has seen what I'm talking about, please reach out to me because I would love to talk about it more. That would really help me because this is what going on 3 no, oh, what, 4 years of this.
Yeah, a little bit longer than
To
that. Yeah.
understand this scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah, this was a great conversation for the audience, for us. I would just encourage and invite everybody. I know I'm going to continue to think about this is like what serves you and your energy best
Yeah.
in terms of your belief systems, in terms of how you operate in your day, as much as you can, like I know some people are really constricted, not because of, lack of effort, but because of their life situation. And, I have privilege in that way, that some don't. So just honoring as much as you can where you're at and what you need, I think is super important. And, I connected something more explicitly as we've been talking is like the reason why I'm so fluid and flexible in my belief systems and be very inclusive is because of my value in loving people. Like that's how it's expressed for me is like I love people and I want people to feel safe and I want them to feel included and seen for who they are. And so that's such a core belief for me. And that's how it shows up in the fluidity of what I believe. And that doesn't mean that, for others, like if they're more orderly in their belief systems, they love people less. I'm not saying that, but just for me, that's why I show up in that way, you know? And I feel like you do too. Like we both hold that as like a very core belief in our lives and what we do in North Node, like super important, like absolutely so important for us to practice. Yeah. So that just like solidified a bit more in me. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
cool. All right. Well, so much love to everybody. Again, happy Father's Day to the men out there. And until next time. we'll see y'all for episode 52.
Bye bye.